Hi friends, my name is Kelly Cornelius and I'm here to talk to you guys today about BrainPop. We've got BrainPop, BrainPopJr. We also have a BrainPop ESL version and a BrainPop Spanish version. I am currently the interventionist at Luna Elementary. Before I was an interventionist, I taught second grade for 6 years at Toller Elementary, then first grade at private school for 3 years before that. I currently service students from kinder to 5th grade in both reading and math. I actually move around because I'm part of the ITime. So as far as what technology I have access to on a daily basis, pretty much it's our iPads, our intervention iPads, and we'll use the computers in classrooms that we go into. So like I said, our webinar today is about BrainPop and BrainPopJr. And it's important that before we go on, you have to have a login to get into most of the content on BrainPop. I know for my campus, we actually purchased it as a campus. So if you don't have access, that's okay. There are a lot of free things as well. When you click into it, you'll see that it'll say, you have to subscribe to get this content. BrainPop, for those of you that don't know, it's a collection of websites with short animated videos covering lots of topics, a variety. There are quizzes, there are instructional materials, there are games, and there are lessons that go with most of the videos. So like I said, lots of free stuff, and if it's a free video, then all of the stuff that goes with it is free. Reason for our choice of BrainPop is because our world is run by technology these days. Our kids are being born and they've never known a world without technology, without the internet, unlike us. So that makes our jobs as teachers really hard because it's constant, it's instant gratification and all of that, and they don't want to sit for a long time and listen to someone talk, and lessons can be boring and all of that. So quick attention grabbers are absolutely necessary in teaching these days. They help pique student interest, and they help them stay better focused. Bright colors, graphics, things like that. BrainPop is an amazing way to introduce new topics. It's got 2 characters, and we've got Moby, who's a robot, and then his sidekick, and they talk to us about all different topics ranging from science, math, literature, all of that. And they do it quick, they do it animated, and in a way that kids really can get down on their level. Throw in the quizzes and all of the instructional materials and all that, and you've got happy kids and happy teachers. So the standard that we want to emphasize are the skills and qualities we want for students to enable them to engage and thrive in a connected digital world. Like I said earlier, technology is here to stay, and they need things that pique that part of their interest. That way we have kids that are able to amplify their learning with technology, and they are able to become more in charge of their own learning. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get into it. I'm going to start with BrainPopJr. That is the BrainPop for children in kindergarten through 3rd grade. I will say that there's some things that I still share with my 4th graders, but most of the topics that you're probably going to find, especially if you teach older kids, are going to be too juvenile. So let me switch over here. Okay. Am I sharing? That's right. Okay, so I am going to take you to just the regular old internet, to Google. And for this purpose, I just Googled BrainPop. And as you can see, I use it a lot. And on here, you've got BrainPopJr, which is your very first. I'm going to click that. Okay. All right. Now, as you can see, this is what your home screen will look like. And I'm already logged in as myself. But then you see, you've got all these choices up here for you. You've got it separated here by topic. Down here, you even have one icon for free stuff. So again, if you don't have a subscription and you're just wanting to browse what you can look at that's free, I mean, you've got lots of different things. Also, we'll have what's called the movie of the week. Okay, and that's different every week, like they said, and it's free. So even if that's the one thing that you used on here, that's Awesome. That's a free choice that you have. Okay, so I'm going to go back. And for our purposes, I am going, since I do intervention and I do a lot of phonics, I'm going to go to the reading and writing and pretend like I'm, trying to plan a lesson for my kids, and we are working on short vowels. So as you can see, BrainPop has a video for that. I click on it, and then here is my dashboard for everything that has to do with that topic. I have my video down here. You see you've got a game, you've got activities, you've got a joke, which the kids love. You've got a hard quiz, an easy quiz. You've got where you can find related topics. And another cool thing, which I'll get into in a little bit, is make a map, which is how you have them turn what they learned into a graphic organizer. I'm going to play about 10-15 seconds of the movie just so that you can kind of see the format. So just, here goes.
Hey, Moby. I'm labeling words that have short vowel sounds. You know, like glasses and...
Okay, so I stopped it. So you see you've got Annie, you've got Moby the robot, you've got Annie, his sidekick, and again, they work together and they teach us things, okay? So let's say that you're finished with the movie and you want to check your, students' understanding of what they just watched or what they just learned. You have a choice. You can do a hard quiz, you can do an easy quiz. For my purposes, we're going to try the easy quiz. And it's going to have questions that directly correlate to the video that you just watched. You can either print it out on paper or you can do it online. Okay, as you take the quiz, it scores it automatically. Which letter is a vowel? I'm going to click O. Which letter is a consonant? I'm going to click J. Okay, and so on. And so your kids can do it in real time along with you. So some of the other options that you have to go along with it are, again, let's say, go back to, I'm planning my short vowel lesson and I'm really struggling. I'm not entirely sure how I want to go about it. We have lesson ideas. Okay, and then this gives you, like right here, okay, this is the actual lesson. Here's a little background information for teachers and parents. Here are activities for, extra activities for the kids to do. Over here we have related printables. I mean, you have an entire lesson and set of resources right here at your fingertips to go with what your video is that you just showed. Okay. The word wall is great if you want to talk about the vocabulary that was in the video. The activity is one that you can either, you can have printed ahead of time if it's one that you think is valuable. Most of them you have to print ahead of time. Now that I say that, you can't do the activity on the computer along with it. It has to be something that's out and it's a hard copy. The game, kids love the game, and it gives you several choices that will practice, that skill that you just watched about. And then the other cool thing that I found was make a map. Okay. This is where your kids can kind of, you can give them a topic and say, make me a circle map on the letter A, and they can create, there's my middle circle, here's my, here are my other circles, short A words, cat, hat. You could do it, you said you wanted all words that rhyme. And then afterwards, they can, or here's a template you can give them. So see, there you go. There's a pre-filled out, pre-made circle map that you can have them complete. And then if you can either, have them do that in a think tank or, something, you could have them print it and turn it in for a grade, however you chose to use it. But, I know, graphic organizers are a really big, helpful tool, and especially having our little ones work on them, even as young as they are, is important. So I thought that was a really cool extra. So back to my dashboard for this movie. This is just one example of one topic in one subject that has this video. If you wanted to, you could come to math. Here's lots of different choices for math. And down here, let's say that you're not entirely sure where your topic falls and into which subject. You can come down here. Oh, I'm working on counting on. There you go. And again, you'll have all these options for that video, just like you did for the short vowel one that we did. Okay. So that is BrainPop Jr. So now I was going to take you to BrainPop, which is for your older kids, your 4th graders and up. It is very similar in a lot of ways. It's just that obviously the content is more difficult. The graphics and the video presentation are not as elementary. I will say you're not going to have nearly as many topic choices on this page. So let's say that we're 4th or 5th grade, and we decided we're looking for a math lesson. Okay. And here we go. All right. So here's some of our choices: algebra, geometry. And again, down here, you've already got your friend freebies. Okay. If you ever want to just go there first and say, I'm just going to see what's available and, work from there. I'm going to choose practical math. Okay. And I'm going to go to multiplication. Say I'm working with my 4th graders. Okay. And again, movies are a little bit longer. The ones in BrainPop Jr. are usually between like 2 and 3 minutes. And I've actually seen some in regular BrainPop that are like upwards of 5 or 6. So that's another thing to remember. I guess it's probably because the little ones can't, sit for that amount of time. You get into 4th and 5th grade and 6 minutes is pretty standard. So again, here's your choices. See, your dashboard looks a little bit different, but you've still got your quiz option, still have your make a map option, still have your game choices and your activities. So see, this is the difference between an activity for the older kids versus the little ones. And this one also has graphic organizer to go with it and a vocabulary component. So that's another helpful tool. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to play about 15 seconds of this movie, if I can get it to go back. Okay, and just kind of see the difference in the presentation of this one versus the one for the little ones.
He's not your friend. His friends are other lions. No, I don't think he wants to make friends with the zebras. I think he wants to, eat them. Dear Tim and Roby, what is multiplication? From Tiffany Hammer. I've got the week off from school, and my Uncle Phil helped me get a job here at the zoo. I've got a bunch of animals to feed, and as I do this, I can help answer your question. Yes, and Moby, as always, will be helping. Anyway, multiplication is like a shortcut that helps you solve really long addition problems. Instead of taking the time to add lots of numbers together, you can solve a problem quickly by multiplying. Here, finish.
Okay, so see, not as juvenile, I guess you would say. And this one, instead of Annie, you get Tim. So Tim is with Moby for the older kids. Also down here at the bottom, you still have your same choices for lesson ideas. Here's your lesson plan. Here's your game information. You have your multiplication blocks. All right. So again, you have an entire lesson resource plan for you right there with your whatever topic that you choose. We still have, or I'm sorry, let's go to the FYI tab because this one is a little different when you don't have in the little ones. This is just information it gives you like little did you know things. Here's trivia. Here's things that they can do. Here's like a task, all right, so that they can practice what they've just learned in the video. And then they have a little comic. Okay, obviously this would be lost on younger kiddos, but 4th, 5th, 6th graders may think it's hilarious. Okay, so we go back. And our games, you'll notice you have a lot more games for your older ones. Okay, and there's also an opportunity at the beginning of BrainPop, or at the starting page, that let's say you're only looking for a multiplication game. You're not looking for a video. You're not looking for a lesson plan. You can search just games as well. The quiz review is one that if you want to do it and you just kind of want to talk about it as a class, and you know you're ready and willing to take the wrong answer, that's what you want to do. Your graded one is where it's going to give you you know, 10%, 20%, so on as you go. And the quiz is now 10 questions instead of 5 for the older kids. So, activities. Okay, we went through that. Graphic organizer, vocabulary. So a little different, but still, you know, the basics are the same. Video, lots of resources to go around with it. Quick, not super long, just attention grabber, get started. I know when I was in the classroom, I used to use them a lot as topic openers and kind of see where we were at, what was our prior knowledge, and that kind of gave me a roadmap of what I needed to cover and in what way. So that is BrainPop for the older kids. That's just regular BrainPop. And then also, I'm going to take you to BrainPop ESL. Now, we do not, I know my campus does not have a subscription to this one, but as you can see, there are a lot of free choices, free things for you to be able to do. Going through, and these are for your ESL kids, your ELL learners, and all of that. So that is another, so here's a placement test, okay? And you get to meet Ben with the ESL things, the ESL videos. And so here would be a perfect example, free lessons, okay? And it just takes you through and it levels it out for you, and it shows you, you know, like here's past and simple verbs, numbers 1 through 100. So again, you know, you can always use ESL lessons for all your kiddos. You know, they're heavy in vocabulary and all that. So I've got a video, and I'm going to show you a quick little clip of one of our, hold on. Okay, so here's the free games I was talking about. You can also just search your games if you're just looking for something to practice your addition. Okay, here's an example of your game. So 5 and 1 is 6. So I'm trying to find two numbers that equal, or numbers that equal 11. Okay, and so on. So that would be a great game for stations or think tanks and all that. Okay, let me get you. So here's an example. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm trying to find Ben. Okay, well, Ben is missing. Okay, anyway, so here is your ESL section, and you'll notice it says BrainPop ESL. So this is a way for you to know where you're at. It'll either say BrainPop, BrainPopJr, BrainPop ESL, and then I'm also going to show you BrainPop Spanish. If it takes me there. It's BrainPop Espanol, and this is great for your bilingual kiddos. And this one we actually is part of your subscription So see, we have this one through my school subscription, same thing. There's not, if I'm not mistaken, there is not a BrainPopJr Espanol. It's just the regular BrainPop. Okay, and then, so if we go to science, go to energy, we're going to read about Albert Einstein. Videos are
Bueno, ya la encontré. ¿Dónde está esa
in
carta?
Spanish.
Queridos Timmy Mori, ¿por qué Albert Einstein es tan famoso?
Okay. And again, you still have all of the same options available to you. You still have your activities, your vocabularies, your graphic organizers. So this is for all your little ones that are in bilingual or Spanish as their primary language, or whatever, however you wanted to use it. Okay. One other thing I want to show you about BrainPopJr. All right, this is another new, the Make a Map is what I was showing you earlier, and Make a Map, notice it's got BrainPop, BrainPopJr, and BrainPop ESL.
BrainPop
Okay. And standards, this is the other thing I wanted to talk about. Okay, you can search by your standards. So we're Texas. Let's do ESL. Let's do language arts. I'm looking for my third graders. Okay, and it will give you what video, what skill, what lesson plan goes with whatever that TEK that you're looking for. Okay. All right. So that's another great way. If you know you're missing a TEK or you're a certain one that you're wanting to work towards, to do a search like that and get you very specific, what do you need to play and what activities to go with it. So, and then on help, another place, if you're missing something, another area that I wanted to talk about real quick, which is a new area, is something called Game Up. You'll see right here it says new, and I actually discovered it when I went into the help. Okay, it gives you different types of games that go with your topic, and this is what I meant by you could search just for your games. Okay, so like here's a math game. This is Battleship. Collect stars and explode paper ships by estimating their position on a number line. Okay. And so then they have the opportunity to choose between fractions, whole numbers, decimals. We're going to do whole numbers. Okay. Ship is spotted at 50. Okay. So they have to put it on a number line. Okay. So, I mean, this is just a small example of what these have to offer. And they've come a long way in these past few years from the first time that I ever used them, and what topics that they have a lot on, here's one on holidays and all the different things, I know especially for the little bitty ones, those are great. Lots of, biographies about people, specific people related to history. Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman, George Washington. Another one that is good is they have some ones for health. Things that maybe those are those uncomfortable conversations you don't want to have. What better way than to do a quick little video, to kind of, hey, gotta brush those teeth. So that's pretty much BrainPop in a nutshell. Again, it's one of those types of resources that you playing around with it and searching and, hey, I need to do this task. I'm going to go see if BrainPop has anything to offer. That's kind of the way that I've discovered it. And I know in my small group intervention groups, it's a great little quick way to get started on a topic. And the kids love it. The kids love to see Moby. It's been very beneficial to me and to my students in their learning. So, are there any questions? Anybody? Okay, friends, well, that's all I have for you. I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that this becomes a tool that you get to use and that you that your kiddos get on board with and enjoy. So my moderators are going to post the link for your CPE credit so that you can click on that and make sure that you get credit for being here today. Other than that, hope everyone has a wonderful Wednesday and a wonderful holiday.